Hey everybody, it's finally Friday. Forget the working blues and let the good times roll. That's right. I looked up more lyrics because my little ditty was getting kind of old to me. So, spice it up, right? Learn more lyrics. Anyways, today on KatiMorton.com, when it's Friday, that means that I'm on Facebook. So if you asked your questions using the hashtag KatiFAQ and tried to keep them short, because sometimes I know Facebook has no limitations and it's hard for me to read, like 12 paragraphs of information in order to answer a question because I just don't have that kind of time anymore because too many questions. So I have 4 questions today as well as a journal topic. And if any of you didn't know, I am taking vacation. So I'm leaving for Montreal on Sunday and I won't be back until the 29th. Don't worry, my Monday videos will come out as always, but my FAQs will not. I won't be doing any FAQs next week due to Christmas, because I celebrate Christmas. So you can save your questions until the following week, but I will do a video from Montreal in the freezing winter coldness, okay? I'll be dressed up like Nanook of the North, because it is that cold. Okay, question number 1. Hey Kati, my question is there something wrong with me? I just can't cry. I can be talking to my college counselor about all of my past and current abuse, and I'll get really upset, but I just can't cry. I can go into details about suicidal thoughts, plans, and my self-harm, and there's just nothing. I don't feel anything. Is this normal? Thank you. I really enjoy your videos. They help a lot. It can be normal. There are various reasons why this can be happening. Number 1, it can be detachment, what we call like emotionally detaching, where we're overwhelmed. Often it's when we're just really overwhelmed. We don't have any way to deal with what's going on in our life. And we're just like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine dealing with this. And so we just like put it out of our minds. It's not necessarily a healthy coping skill, but it's definitely something that we do without even knowing we're doing it. Like I even notice if I am in a personal relationship and someone is just being unreasonable and they're getting really angry and I don't really know how to make it better, I do this. I will find myself doing this because I'm like, I can't get upset about it because there's no way, I don't even know how to fix it. I didn't do anything wrong or whatever. And I'll just like emotionally detach and say things like, I'm sorry that you feel that way, or, because I don't know what to say or do. And it's very common. Another reason that we can be emotionally detached and just can't cry is if we're on antidepressants. I've had a lot of clients report that to me. Now, I'm not a physician. I don't prescribe medication. But I have a lot of patients who will say, ever since I've been on whatever medication it is, I just feel like I can't get emotional. I'm watching a sad movie and it feel good to cry and I can't cry. So if that's the case, I would talk to your doctor and I would let them know and they'll see what they can do. Okay? Question number 2. Hey Kati, my question is, when should I consider seeing a new therapist? I have been seeing my therapist about 4.5 years. We have a really good therapeutic relationship and she's helped me with some of my smaller issues, but I feel like we haven't tackled my bigger ones. I still have social anxiety, so opening up to people is really difficult for me. P.S. I love your videos. Well, thank you. So this is a little tricky because just taking the question, when should I consider seeing a new therapist? My automatic response is like, when you feel like they're no longer helpful for you. And some of my clients, even if they've been seeing me forever and ever, I'm like, I have one client I think of in particular where she was going away to college. And I'm like, well, it'll be really good for you to see someone else and get another perspective because we're people too, right? As a therapist, I have my own beliefs and thoughts and I try to be as, even keeled and non-judgmental and not imposing my beliefs on anybody as I can, but I still have a certain way I do therapy, right? And everybody's different. So I think it's good to mix it up. And if you feel like you're not really tackling those big things, I would first bring it up to your therapist and say, I know we've done a lot of work and I feel like I'm getting somewhere, but I'd really like to work on this, or whatever your things are, and see what they say. If they say, something that you don't feel is right and it's moving in the right direction for you, then I would say, is there anybody you could refer me to? I know we've been seeing each other for a long time and I love seeing you, but I'm just looking to mix it up because I really need to be pushed to make these changes. And as a therapist, we completely understand. I know many of you, it's really hard for you to speak up to your therapist, but we're there to help. And if we're not helping, maybe someone else will, right? Okay, question number 3. Hey Kati, I asked this one on Tumblr. Sorry I wasn't on Tumblr this week. I get really uncomfortable with skin-to-skin contact with other people. I even get uncomfortable when people are next to me and I can feel their body heat. I just hate it. Sometimes it even gives me panic attacks. What could this be? Could this have to do with my past sexual abuse? It definitely can. Something that many of us aren't aware of is if we've been sexually abused, especially if it was repeated. But I've even had clients, if it's they had one traumatic experience, there will be sensations using our 5 senses that we will remember, and those sensations are really triggering. And it can be something like skin-to-skin contact or a sound or a smell, and it can either cause a flashback, it can send us into panic attacks, it can make our eating disorder or self-harm urges like go through the roof. So I think taking time, first of all, bringing this up to your therapist, and if you're not seeing a therapist, I would encourage you to see one, and starting to work on this, because this will go away. This is kind of a PTSD-like response. You're having a similar, I would assume this is reminding you of the trauma that happened, and so it's sending you into overdrive, and you're like, you can't handle it because you're not expecting it, right? So I would encourage you to either see a therapist or bring this up with your current therapist and start working through it, and it will go away, okay? Question number 4. I can't seem to let go of my ex-girlfriend, and that makes me really sad. I mean, I broke up with her after 3.5 years in April, and I still love her so much. She's displaying her new relationship very publicly, and that hurts me so much that I threw away 3 months of being self-harm free. I don't want to give her that power over me anymore. What can I do? Now, this is hard. And to be honest, you were with her for 3.5 years. And I usually tell my clients to give yourself about half of the time you were together to really grieve the loss, whatever that means for you. For some people, it means moving on quickly. Some people do that, because that takes their mind off of the old person and puts it on a new. But I find that doesn't actually help. What helps is spending time with people who are loving and caring to you, like your friends, your family, spending time with them. Also, you can take time for yourself. Remember, you, which will lead me into my journal topic I'll talk about in just a second. But we have to take time to heal ourselves. We need to take time to journal. We need to take time to enjoy the reasons that we love that person and that we were in that relationship for so long, and then acknowledge the reasons that we broke up. Oftentimes when we're not in the relationship and it's distanced from us, we forget all those terrible things like, oh yeah, she was a big asshole. And remember that time she lied to me? And then we used to fight all the time and bicker because of this, that, and the other. It can sometimes help, and I know this sounds bad, but to remind you of all the bad things about them that you didn't like. And give yourself time. I know that her displaying it publicly is making it hard, but maybe we should take a social media break or unfollow her. Or if you find yourself having the urges to check her Facebook or whatever, get off. Have the way you do self-harm or just fight back against that desire to get on, because that's the worst. Nobody wants to see that. And she's probably doing it out of kind of revenge since you broke up with her. So give yourself time to grieve. You can even you can even watch my grief and grieving video. Maybe that'll help a little bit too, because I know it's really hard, but give yourself time, maybe take a break from social media and start working on you. Okay? Now, that's a nice segue into my journal topic for today, which is, do you put as much energy into your relationship with yourself as you do in your other relationships? Sometimes we have to be reminded, right? Because we spend so much energy, especially around Christmas, getting gifts for them and spending time with them and making time for everybody to tell them we love them. Have you told yourself you loved you? Have you been kind to yourself? Have you gotten yourself a gift? Doesn't have to be something you purchase, but I mean, I didn't make any plans tonight and I'm just going to watch my favorite TV show. I'm going to order takeout and I'm just going to relax. I'm wearing my PJ pants. I'm never going to get out of them all day long. I'm not going to do my hair, whatever it is. Build your relationship with yourself, because at the end of the day, that's the most important relationship we have. That one with ourselves, that authenticity that we feel from being us and being real. And however weird or crazy we think we are, we're amazing just as we are. And so I want you to take some time, especially since I won't be online for a while, because I'll be taking time building my relationship with myself and with my new family. So just take some time, whatever that means for you, and feel free to share. I'll be on Instagram. I'll post some photos. So if you want to see what I'm up to in Montreal, make sure you follow me, Katie Morton 1. And I will see you all, my videos will come out on Monday, but I'll be back on the 30th, okay? I love you all. Happy holidays. And I'll see you before the new year. Okay, bye.